Hi, everybody. For a moment or two, I was wondering if I was going to get the correct entrance into the show because I didn't get my normal prompts. Here on this end, I actually hear things like 60 minutes before the show starts, but I didn't hear it today. I wonder what's up with that. Anyway, welcome. I'm so delighted to be sharing this special time with you. And over the weekend, or maybe it was last week, I don't remember when it occurred to me, but it is truly a miracle to connect psychically and also as a medium. And I'm so delighted to be able to share this with you because when we get evidence from our loved ones who've transitioned, or if we just get evidence in terms of a psychic sense, like telepathy, or as I do a reading for people, I'm always bringing in information before I know it. Truly is a miracle, and I just want to, in the spirit of the holidays, give thanks to God for this and bring your attention to that we are experiencing miracles on this show. This show is a first row sheet. Well, start again. A first row seat to observing the work of spirit, God, and miracles. And so you are listening to The Mix, which is Mediumship and Messages with me, Spirit Medium Laura. The first half hour of the show, I'm going to focus in on mediumship and also give mediumship a higher priority for the entire show, although I do get to people with questions about their own life as well later on. And I was the one who was screening calls a moment before. I was very fast. I apologize for being a little bit swift for some people that got to talk to me. But I was just trying to determine whether or not you wanted mediumship or your own life. And then I got the question, what's mediumship? Well, mediumship means I'm connecting to somebody who's transitioned to the world of spirit. And again, just think about that. When I pull in evidence of what they look like, what they're talking to about, it truly is a miracle. And as well, later on in the show, I'll be getting to you about your own life, questions about your own life, getting a job, love relationships, things like that. And that too is a miracle, because when evidence comes in, I have no way of knowing. Okay, and I say things to you that are correct, you have just witnessed God in action. I also want to tell you about another miracle, that you can win a free session with me just by joining my mailing list. Go to spiritmediumtv.com and you will be in to win. It's a monthly contest, which means that you don't have to be competing with thousands of other names. You're only competing with those names that entered the month before. And Ludmila, I won't give you her last name for privacy's sake, but Ludmila won in November. I've already contacted her. Just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the upper right of that screen, you'll see an opportunity there to join the mailing list for me, Spirit Medium Laura. You can also, by the way, on spiritmediumtv.com, watch the show live. Ooh, that's scary. There's a live feed there. Let me just make sure that I have everything set up correctly this time, because last week I was in error and forgot to put the audio on. Thank goodness for Blog Talk Radio that the audio was recorded, because there was some great evidence and some wonderful miracles last show. Okay. So I'm going to give you a very brief inspiration, but last night I used the power of dreaming to get an answer, guidance for myself from Spirit. Yes, sirree, everybody listening, you can use your dreams not only to talk to transition loved ones, but also to get guidance from your own divine beings on things that you have burning questions about. And the way it goes is roughly the following. Prior to falling asleep, sort of like a prayer, if you will, with a lot of emotion attached to it, because you're not asking idle questions, but you're asking for information about something that's really important to you. Ask however you want to say, God or your divine beings. Some people use angels or guides or whatever you call them, for the information that you seek to solve this or that problem during your sleep. Oh, that rhymes. The information you seek during your sleep. And it happened to me. I did it before I went to sleep, and then lo and behold, the last dream of the night, which I always get. I'm always awakened from the dreams with messages. The last dream of the night was my answer to my question. And it was the theme of the dream basically is, are you a sheeple or a people? In other words, are you following the crowd, or are you stepping out in a fearless and fierce way to claim something that you feel is yours? Because my question was related to how to obtain something that I desired in my life. And if you're curious of the whole thing, just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the lower right portion of the screen, way down, you'll see articles that I post from time to time. And there's a link to that article. I don't remember what I called it. Let's see if I can pull it up right now. What did I call it? Dream Meanings, Getting Guidance. Dream Meanings, Getting Guidance. And so my answer was to be a people, not a sheeple. In other words, to have courage and go after what I wanted. Sometimes really hard to do, right? Always afraid of failure. Yeah, I'm afraid of failure. What do you think? I'm perfect? I'm not perfect. I'm just a person. I'm just here as a messenger. And sometimes it's hard to do what I do. Sometimes I look up at the sky and I say, did I volunteer for this? But I do love what I do, and I love working with all of you. Okay, so I'm going to go to Anna, who's at area code 901. I believe she wants mediumship. I did ask you already. Hi, Anna.
Hey.
Hi, sweetheart. So what I'm going to do, Anna, and everybody listening, is I'm going to pull in a few facts, and then we'll see if you can relate to that soul that's presenting. And also, maybe that's not who you want to speak with, but we have to give the soul a little bit of a little bit of attention, okay? Otherwise, we don't get a good connection. So let me just. The first thing I want to say is, as soon as I opened the line to you before, I did feel a mother figure to you. I felt that kind, soft, sweet, loving, doting nature and energy. And as I'm closing my eyes right now, I do see a female. She looks like her hair got whiter towards the senior years. It's not really crop short. It's more like a mid-length, and it kind of curls away. It looks like she sets it or treats it for straightening it, but then setting it as well. But it's pretty much on the wider side. It's layered, and it's got a nice wave to it. She has full lips. She has a slender nose, but full nostrils, flaring nostrils. She's not giving me much expression right now. Her eyes are a little bit they're not giving me much expression, so I'm going to leave that alone. There's a little bit of a stomach on her. She's wearing an apron, so that shows me she's a little extra weight on her. She's a quiet type, she says. She doesn't like to get into people's business a lot. The apron would symbolize that she'd like to cook, perhaps. I'm just giving you a broad stroke now, honey. Or that she was in the kitchen a lot, something like that. And mothering kind of energy, domestic, oriented household. She's given me these words. She loved to be around the house a lot. She didn't like to go out that much. For the most part, home sweet home was her motto or her idea about life. She's given me a little bit about arteries were congested. It seems to be cardiovascular issues. For some reason or other, she does carry a lot of weight in her midsection, as I already mentioned. If you understand this for anyone, you would know, please.
Oh, yes, that sounds like my mother.
Okay. Well, she's loud and clear. Now, for some reason, she didn't want to show me her expression in her eyes, which was a little troubling. So I'm going to go back there for a moment and see because it could mean something. So I'm bringing in evidence right now. Okay, Mommy, you want to show me something? Even though I'm giving you all these wonderful things about her, okay, she tells me why her eyes are sort of looking like that, because she's trying to show me a sedate nature, even-tempered, and did not show a lot of emotions. She's also, with the mouth closed, showing me, she's giving me telepathy, okay? She's giving me ideas as I see the pictures of her. She's giving me the idea that it's better to keep your mouth shut than to say too much. So she was always kind of holding things in or not offering her opinion if it weren't asked, if you will. You understand that for moms? That makes sense, sweetheart?
Oh yes.
Okay. She says chit-chatting and all that, she says, was not really the best thing in the world for you, Anna, for anyone else. And she says, I always kept my mouth shut if I could. She says, I know it was okay. She's giving me the impression, or she's actually saying, I know I was underfoot a lot. Uh, I was underfoot a lot. Let me just see something here. I was underfoot a lot. So she's giving me the impression that towards the end of her life, she must have felt she was underfoot or in the way. Okay, maybe she was actually in somebody's household, although she didn't say that to me. In other words, somebody might have had to care for her. I'm not going to ask you for validation. I just wanted to bring something stronger. Okay, honey, mom, want to say anything else, sweetheart? Okay, I'm having difficulty breathing, so that was another issue. Maybe, I remember I said she had cardiovascular. There's a tightness in the throat area and the chest area. It's hard, difficulty breathing. She says, I was around the house a lot growing up. I like to be in the house. I like to take care of the house. I love taking care of you, Anna. She says, you were my pride and joy. She says, you're still my pride and joy. She says, you were an A student in school. Do you know that, Anna? I hope that you know that. She says you were very diligent in your studies, and you were also, like her, very mannerly and well behaved and quiet. Quiet. You weren't out of control or anything. She says until you got. Oh, okay. Well, Annie, weren't a saint until you got to your teenage years, and then she says, you had the normal amount of activity that any teenager would have. I don't want to make it seem, Anna, like you weren't, like you didn't have a personality. And something about you at 16 years old that's important. Let me see what she wants to say about 16 for you, love, and then we'll come back to you, Anna, for something else. She was just bad at 16. You were bad and out of control. She says, but I never used corporal punishment, like hit you or anything. I never would hit you or anything like that. She says, I feel that it was important for you to express yourself. She says, but you were a handful in your teen years. Yes, you were. Do you understand, please?
Yes.
Okay. She says you were out of the house a lot on your own. She says you were exploring life. She says, I turned my eyes away and I let you have your time to experiment and to explore. She says, it's only right, isn't it, Anna? It's only right to let people be who they are. Now she's working into something, Anna, so brace yourself. She's working into a personal message for you. And all along, I kind of feel that there's a male to you, like you have a son or a brother or someone like that. Do you have a brother or a son, please?
I have a grandson.
Oh, okay. I wonder if there's something about that she needs to talk about. Come on, Mommy, just give me the personal message, sweetheart. No, there's nothing. She says, there's nothing really I want to say to you other than I'm with you. I do come in to look in on you. She says, your health is good. She says, you're taking care of yourself and your family well. I just want you to know that I haven't left you. I'm still around the house at times and in your business too. And she chuckles a little bit because she says, isn't that funny, all that talk about me keeping my mouth shut? But when I was on earth, she says, but now that I'm not physically on earth, she says, I am getting into people's business a little bit more than I should have. And she laughs. She says, I'm trying to give you ideas about the home that you're in, decorating ideas in particular. She says, you like to move things around a lot in the home. And she says, that's part of her ideas to you. Do you understand, please?
Yes.
Okay. I was getting a little bit nervous as I said that because lately I'm addicted to home garden television, that HGTV channel. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but she chooses to tell me that she's giving you ideas about rearranging the furniture and making, well, she's actually saying an upgrade to the house. She says it would do you well to do that and kind of air out old energy to bring in new. She says, just as you're thinking.
Okay.
Okay, sweetheart. All right, I'm going to go on to the next call, love. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And if you'd like to join the mailing list, you may do so by going to Spirit Medium TV. And up the upper right there, you can be in the contest to win a free reading and be kept informed of this radio show. Okay, Anna?
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, and I'm going to go to Carlos next. And by the way, hi, Carlos.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, honey. Okay, so I already screened you, and I know you're here for mediumship. Let me see who wants to come in for you. The funny thing is, I don't get a strong energy of any person in particular. I'm going to try one more time. Because usually if that happens, it's because you really are wanting something else. So we're going to get to that in a second. All right, let me just go around you energetically. Okay, there is a mother figure for you. There is a mother figure. A couple of other family members that sit there on the sidelines not wanting to speak right now. Well, I don't want to disappoint you, souls in spirit, but I'm probably only going to have time for one for Carlos. They said that's okay. Mother, okay, mother. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing is temperament issues in the home. I have no idea what that means, Carlos. I'm just going to see if I can move forward with this. Please give me more. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I do see something. There is a woman here, perhaps it's a grandmother or your actual mother or someone that was around you growing up, or maybe it has a different meaning for you. But she has a straight nose. She looks and high cheekbones. She looks This is a very odd image, so I don't know what to make of it. It looks like her hair was long and pulled back off her face. It looks like it's from the center, almost like there's a part in the middle or something like that. There's white hair in the darker hair. It's on the longer side. It's on the straighter side, and it's thick. It goes to mid back, that length, if you will. She does look older, and she looks like she has some kind of Indian in her. I'm not quite sure what type of Indian. I don't mean East Indian. I mean American Indian, or anybody from the Americas that's has Indian blood in them. That could also be anybody who has high cheekbones and the more slanty eyes that's Indian descent. There is a feather around her also. Okay, then she's giving me more. So I have no idea, Carlos, if you have any blood like you in this, but I actually see a headdress that would be used by an Indian, like American Indian. Do you know if you have any blood like that in the family line, please?
I'm honestly not sure. I don't necessarily think I have any American Indian in me.
Okay, well, let the record state that this could be a guide also. What is your, do you have a loss, an emotional loss that has to do with the transition soul? Because that's really how they come in emotionally.
Yes. My best friend committed suicide a few weeks
Okay.
ago.
Okay, don't say, all I meant was, yeah, okay, so from here on in, don't tell me much more than yes or no, okay? Because I'm trying to bring you evidence. So he's not presenting right now, but now that you said all that, let's see if he'll be a little less shy, okay? Let's see if he'll be a little less shy for Carlos. So I have to say that I do not feel he wants to step forward at this time. Okay, for whatever reason. Okay, there's something coming in. There seems to be a lot of anger surrounding this. This person still remains in an energetic state of upset. There's also some inconsistency in his behavior before he transitioned. There's also something about him making everyone think that he was okay and keeping things to himself, secretism. There's also in the backdrop, I see woods and no trees, no leaves on the trees, and a house that has a wood siding, or it looks like wood on the outside. Does any of this make any sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay, so there's inconsistency in his behavior. There's also a sense of him hiding things. There's a sense of him saying, oh, the word immoral comes in, as if he was fearful that perhaps some of the things he was doing was not right or immoral in some sense. I also get the sense of something to do with, I don't know if this is the way he transitioned, or if this is something he did that made him feel guilty, but I get the feeling of slaughter and or a lot of blood around the situation. I also get the sense of animals, as if either he was hurting animals or that he hurt himself like an animal. Does either of those things make any sense to you, please? Just yes or no.
Partly.
Okay. I just get a sense of violence. I'll just say that. Let me see what else he wants to say. This is okay. Now he's showing more of himself to me. He says, first of all, as he shows me more, that he's in a place in spirits that he really can't. It's hard for him to speak right now, but he's giving me what he can give me. I do see a sense of a body. In other words, the way he looked when he was on Earth. And he I don't know how to I can't say how tall he was, but I get the sense, I can't see it completely, of him not being that tall. Like mid-height. That could be anywhere from 5'8" to 5'10". This is a sense I have of him. Another thing, slender, whiter skin or on the lighter complexion side with dark hair. Hair seems to be on the straighter side. It's not that long, but it's not crew cut or real short. It's just a little bit longer on the top and around the ears. Do you understand, please? Does it sound like your friend
Yeah.
visually, honey? That's all I meant. Yes. Okay, good.
Okay.
Now, it's interesting. So yes, you understand that he looked that way is what I mean.
Yeah, it's close.
Okay. There's also a sense of him, believe it or not, he has his upper body, his legs are free, slender, but his upper body is in a straitjacket. So he's showing me that he either felt like he was in a straitjacket in life or that he felt maybe he was mentally unstable. But I have a feeling, because he's not coming in as clearly as I'd like, but that he felt very constricted and restricted, and that he felt that he was not right or sound mind. But mostly it's my hands were tied. My hands were tied. He uses the wording, actually, literally, my hands were tied behind my back. I wasn't able to do anything to fix my situation. He says, I wished that I didn't do what I did, but now that it's done, he says, I'm at peace. I want you to know that, Carlos. I am at peace. There's a sense of a gun around this. Do you understand a gun, please?
No.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I do sense a gun. I don't know how he did it or whatever. But certainly the straitjacket, you don't have to answer if it makes any sense, because by the mere fact you already told me he committed suicide, it would show that he would feel restricted and that he didn't have any, that he'd only, usually people that commit suicide usually do feel restricted. Okay, mother upset, left alone a lot. What do you mean left alone a lot? I'm asking him. I was left alone a lot to try to figure things out alone by myself. He says, I didn't include people in a lot of my thinking process. You included, Carlos. There's a lot I didn't tell you about me. Now that everybody's looking through my stuff, they're learning things I kept hidden. I didn't like myself very much when I was on Earth. Now I realize that was a big error. He says, if I could take one thing back, he says it would be that I would have loved myself more, like I love you. He says, you're a great guy, Carlos. He wants you to carry on for him and not think too much about this. He feels it was a mistake, yes, but not the ultimate mistake. The biggest mistake that anyone could make is not to love themselves. And so he wants to give you a big kiss and a hug and say, get on with it, Carlos. Get on with it. Don't look back. He says you have to be brave, Carlos, to move forward with your own life. He says, because right now you're holding on a lot to the past. I hope that makes sense to you, Carlos. Does it, please? Yes or no?
It makes sense.
Yeah. He wants you to look forward to new beginnings, new happenings. He says everything that happens is for a reason, really, he says. And now he understands even his transition in part was for your reason, for you to learn how not to look back. So I have to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with that because he's just wants to mention not to look back and to look forward. And that's the most important thing for you, Carlos, right now.
Okay.
Okay, honey, do you want to ask a question, love?
I don't necessarily have any questions. That was just, I don't know, something to think about.
Yeah, it's very important that you understand not to look back, just to look forward. And that's the most important thing. And I don't understand why he's saying that, but I hope it has significance to you.
Yeah, I hope it has significance for me as well. I'll just have to meditate on that.
Okay, very well, my dear. And thank you so much. And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Lori. Samantha, I'll get to you later. Hey, Lori, how are you this evening?
Hi, I'm all right. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So we're going to be doing some mediumship for you. Now, I don't know if I'm holding residue of the last caller's soul and spirit, but what I do feel around you is a male to you. And this male feels more like filial to you in nature, not much older or younger, more in your age group. Do you have a soul like that that you can understand before I move forward? Otherwise, I'm just going to go around you and find some other souls.
I'm not sure. It could be this
But okay, let me
one
just
guy.
okay, let me just say it. If you had somebody in spirit that was a man that was around your age, you would know. So let me bring in a little bit more information.
Okay.
Okay, this is for Lori at area code 360. Spirit, please help me find her soul. There's a male to you. Okay, and this male seems he seems a little bit younger than you, not much if at all, okay? Or he was diminutive, meaning lesser in energy or status in life. He looks like he's carrying extra weight on him, okay? He also talks about coughing a lot, having a congestion issue that was around him. He had a lot of allergies. Does this make sense so far for whom you're thinking of?
I can't place it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is let him go, because it could be the guy you're thinking of, but maybe whatever he's saying is not making any sense to you. I will ask you who you're trying to speak with, love. So in the interest of saving a little bit of time, because nobody's popping out except for this male. Who are you wanting me to speak with, honey?
I was thinking about my grandfather.
Okay. Now, what I could have been seeing is your grandpa at a different time in his life, because they can show at any time in their life. Let me just go back to it again, and we'll see what we get here for Lori.
Okay.
Okay, because he could have been showing himself when he was younger. So again, I have this male. He does seem to be bigger boned, if you will, or just carrying more weight around him. Now, do you understand Grandpa for ever being more on the heavier side or bigger side, big body? Yes?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, there's a male here. Okay. And he continues to show me himself, but now I see him in older time. He's wearing glasses. He has a little bit of a straw hat on him and a bit of a brim to it. And I don't know why I get him for you, because I don't feel that he belongs with you. He may belong with a different caller. Okay, because he looks African American background descent, and I don't believe you are. Is that correct, please, Lori?
Correct.
Yeah. So I don't know who he is. But I do want to tell you this, that if I see these people, they're with you somehow. They may have been in your past, and they're just connected to you, and you're not thinking of them. Okay? So I'm going to thank them both for coming in, and I'm going to make one more stroke at this. And if I can't bring anyone in, we'll just have to let you go for today. So, okay, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. This is for Lori, 360. There is a mother figure for you also. There's a okay, I'm just going to start with whatever I'm getting, okay? There are two children in the family. It means that you have two children, or there's two children under you somehow. It could be sister or brother's children. Do you understand? Two children under you, or a couple of children somewhere in the family line below you.
Yes.
Okay, are they yours?
Possibly.
Okay, I don't think you understand what I'm asking you. I just got the sense that somebody from spirit is showing me that there are two children, it could be grandchildren to that person in spirit, and that they would be your children or siblings of your that have children. So when you said possibly, I don't know why you would say possibly, because you'd know if you have children or not.
Oh, yeah.
You do have two children?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I need to get clear answers. Okay, hold on. Let me see now. So whoever is there is trying very hard to make themselves known to me. Okay, and it's more of a woman than a man that's showing herself. And it reminds me of a grandma versus a mom. And just because of the way the hair is, the hair looks like it's on the longer sides back and back off the face. It could either be worn short or it's in a bun. She has a straight nose. It's got a point to it on the end and nice flaring nostrils. Very keen eyes, very smart person. Uh, Wise, petite, slender, never overweight her whole life. She seems to be kind of, I already said petite, right? Yeah. She might have had blood pressure issues, or she's very fast in her motions. I get a sense of like fluttering around her, like fast-witted, smart woman, sharp eyes. Do you understand this for grandma or anyone that you would know, please?
Oh, well, I had an aunt that was never overweight.
Okay. It's probably your aunt then that's here. Okay, it's your aunt, and she's talking about you having 2 children, but she's not giving me that much information. I do feel around her the sense of wasting away, or that she would have been taken by cancer. Do you understand this aunt for having cancer, please?
Well, I wasn't back there when everybody was, dying, but she was in a nursing home with my grandmother.
Okay. Well, I get a sense of her wasting away. Usually that means cancer. Okay. She's a smart woman. I just want you to know. Very sharp mind. Very, very sharp mind. And she says until the end. She says she didn't have a lot of suffering or pain as she transitioned to the spirit world. She says your grandpa is with her now. She says, but he's not, I don't know, for some reason he's not going to come in. But she's here, and I'm sorry to make such a mishmash of this, but I have to give you what I'm getting. I can't make it up. She says, right? She says, I'm here with your mom and I guess your grandma and a few other people in spirit. Your mom's not passed, right?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, she is passed. Okay. So mom's there. Yeah. Okay, mom's also there. And this must be your mother's sister then, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, your mom is probably the one that's closest to you in this mother figure energetically right now. So I'm just going to leave it at that you're a lovely aunt with the very pointed straight nose, very smart, sharp-witted, petite woman, probably older than your mom since she was in a nursing home. She comes in to speak to us, but mom is there and probably some other family members as well that you're just not recalling. I want to thank you, Lori, for calling in this evening, honey. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. I am going to move to one more mediumship, and then I'm going to switch to life readings. I'm going to go to Ibitar. Hello, Ibitar. How are you this evening?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, honey. There is a mother figure for you in spirit. Is that who you're wanting to speak with, love?
Well, I had a situation.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no, don't tell me anymore. Yeah, you said a situation. You're the one with the animal. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want you to say, I'm cutting you off, and please forgive me because I don't want you to say too much. So let me see if I can pull this animal in. Now, is it somebody that is a pet or is it a wild animal? Before I go off and try to pull in somebody with assumptions.
No, it's not a pet. It wasn't a pet.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can pull in something. See if the animal wants to give us some kind of. Okay. Whoever it is, the animal is saying it's okay, it's fine. The animal is saying is apologizing, actually saying, I didn't mean to get in the way. It wasn't your fault. So the animal is saying you have grace, and I am okay. It gives me the impression. I got a few different animals, so I don't know, exactly what this is. In a moment, you'll fill me in. But I just want to say I have the impression that you didn't mean to hurt this animal, or whoever it was that took the animal's life was a mistake, or it happened in error. Do you understand that, please, Ibitar?
No, I don't.
Okay, then you're going to have to
I don't know
give me then what your background is on this.
Okay, what happened was at the computer last night, and I thought an animal got into the house. I could see the form. I thought first I thought it was a skunk, then I said no, it's probably a squirrel. And so, we called the people to come out here for pest control or animal control. And when my son got over here, he saw this a squirrel laying out right. I could see him on my patio laying out there, and he was dead. So after the guy came and he looked and everything, he said, I don't see no animal up there. And after I thought about it, I said maybe this was this squirrel spirit that I saw coming up the stairs to the loft last.
You saw the squirrel spirit? Oh, that you got that feeling of the animal beforehand. I see. Interesting.
Well, actually, I saw it. I thought I actually saw an animal coming up the steps, but like I said, after my son came over and I saw that the squirrel was out there deceased, he was laying out there dead, then I said, well, maybe that was the squirrel spirit that I saw.
Interesting.
Last.
Well, okay. It's easy for me to say a lot of things now that you told me the whole story, but I'm not going to do that. I just will try to address what you asked. Was that the squirrel spirit? I'll ask the squirrel. There was a squirrel that did show in my face, but I also saw a couple of other animals, so I didn't want to say anything. Let's just see if the squirrel has anything to say about this. Was that you, little squirrel? Yeah, I guess it was. It was your imagination. But the squirrel says, yes, you did pick up that I had deceased. I think it was a male squirrel, says he wasn't exactly on the stairs, but you did pick up that I had transitioned. He says, I want to thank you for noting that, and I want to thank you for giving me the honor of the burial that you gave me. So there must have been some kind of honoring of this animal at the end in some way, Abatar. I just want to bring that to your attention. Did you bury the squirrel or do something with it?
It's still laying out there. It's just that my heart went out to it. I didn't bury it. It's still lying out there.
Oh, okay. Well, give him the honor then. Maybe you might want to bury it. If you feel so, it's up to you, sweetie. It is a wild animal. But I want to thank you so much for calling in, honey. And this squirrel does say that it was him, but it was more like, he wasn't literally on the stairs, but that you did have a good connection to him. Okay? All right, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Samantha for a life question. Samantha, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good, Laura. How are you?
Oh, ooh, a little crazy right now. What can I do for you, honey? You've been so patient.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much for taking my call. I was just wondering if you can see a potential relationship or even a good candidate for a relationship coming in.
Let's see what we get for you, honey. You have a few people that are in mind. That's what I'm hearing right off the bat. And that you haven't given up on someone also. And I also hear the words, it's not over till it's over. So I just want to let you know, it seems the Spirit's trying to tell me that there's something going on in your mind already. Although your question suggests there's no one around, the answer seems to be coming in. There is somebody or something in your mind already. Do you know someone that you think about?
Yes, but he's not in physical form. I was in a relationship and he passed over.
Oh.
So that may be him.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like as if it's not over yet emotionally. See, that's what Spirit's telling me. It's not over till it's over. And that there needs to be some kind of clearing there for you emotionally to let go of the past before you can move towards the future. And as I say that, it's almost like jumping through a burning hoop. You ever see animals that are trained to do that at a circus? You jump through a burning hoop. And that they're giving me this picture to say for you it must be like jumping through a burning hoop, maybe a frightening transition for you, but you do need to go through that hoop or go through that transition yourself to come out the other side and be free to love again. So right now I'd like you to do some clearing work on yourself, some healing work on yourself, and then within 6 to 8 months there will be somebody coming in. Now, how do you do clearing work? Do you have a question about that, or can I expound on that a bit?
Yes.
Okay. Through prayer and energy work, taking time for yourself, being quiet in the home, and just allowing it to go through you as best it can. I also hear that you are speaking to someone right now. That means either you're talking to a counselor about this, or maybe you're in a grief support group, or just friends, or somebody who's understanding. But speaking to people who are listening is also going to help you clear it. And that clearing, you need a couple more months for that. So that gives me about 2-3 months to clear, and then 6 to 8 more months after that. So that comes out to be about 9 months to a year before you meet the next person. So just go about your healing and give yourself that time and that nurturing, and you will be finding somebody new. Okay, my dear?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Susie B., who's, is this your actual birthday, Susie?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, that's so funny. I have another friend whose birthday's tomorrow, and I just called her today to wish her happy birthday. Happy birthday, my dear. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Oh.
Yes, it's my 55th.
Oh, and this shall be the last time you tell anyone your birthday. I mean the actual age. No, I'm only kidding.
In numerology, we have a 5 and a 5, which is a 10, and which gives me a 1 year, and I'll have to look that up.
Oh, 1 usually means new beginnings. Okay, new beginnings. If you, Doreen Virtue has number meanings on her. You can Google that, Doreen Virtue's number meaning. Okay, so let's just go to your birthday forecast for my baby Susie B. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. There are a lot of new beginnings for you. Work at home is going to work out. You're going to be able to work at home more, just like you're hoping. You're getting more organized. Everything's falling into place. I do have a sense of you doing design work also. Could be the feng shui we talked about. Okay, feng shui in the home. Yeah, and I think you'll have local clients, which you'll enjoy more than having only virtual. By the way, everybody listening, Susie B can do feng shui either over the internet for you, or she could do it local because she's in Atlanta, Georgia area, to help you attract love. Now, who wouldn't want that, right? Okay, that's one of the things she does in her business. Now,
Yes, and actually, it's for
what was that?
Loving yourself and loving yourself in your own space.
Right, but you're going to literally set things up in the. You'll talk about how to stage the home for that. Okay, now let's see what else we get, darling. I'm looking at the other thing, which would be love and health. Well, there's 3 things: love, health, and money. So money's going to get better, and you will start getting clients. That's a good thing. Let's look at love, your own love. I feel that there is love coming in, but actually it's going to be in a new way, unexpected. So whatever you're thinking of could turn around and have a new aspect to it, or you'll be meeting somebody new. Okay, so just look, but I do see love coming in, and it's going to start to really make itself evident by the 3rd month of 2015. And I feel a lot of harmony around you, harmony in your heart, harmony in your home, and harmony in your health also. Let's look at that. Your health is going to get better rather than worse. And they're saying something that's kind of funny. They're saying, you're just too darn strong, Susie. You're just too darn strong. You can't be sick. You're getting better.
Well, of course.
So you're a lot stronger than you might have thought. And you are getting better. So don't you worry about that. Okay, honey?
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very, very much, Laura.
Thank you. Thank you. And Susie B's in the background talking to some of you from time to time. So if she comes in on the phone line in the background, it's because she's supposed to. Okay, sweetie, I'm going to put you back.
Okay, thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, we got Mia here who's wanting mediumship. Let's see. Hopefully, Mia, you've got a serious mediumship situation. That's something that's hurting you in the heart area. Hello, Mia.
Hi.
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 Hi, honey. Where is area code 630?
It's from Chicago, but I'm living in Florida now.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Well, welcome to the show. And let's see if we can get somebody in for you. Mediumship means I'm connecting to somebody who's transitioned. One moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there is a female for you. It feels like a mother figure. Okay, there's dark hair to this person. She's got a rounder figure, fuller figure. Darker eyes, nice features, even features, but yet she seems to be carrying extra weight. And she also, it doesn't feel that much older than you. So she could even be an older sister, if you will. Her hair is more medium length, layered. As I said, it's a dark brown. Do you understand this person, please, at first glance of what I'm describing?
Can it be my aunt?
Sure, could be. Did she have on Earth? Because they could be, by the way, they can show it any time in their life. I forgot to say that earlier. But did she have darker hair that had a little bit of a wave to it, particularly if she layered it?
She had medium length hair. If she passed away young, like in her 40s.
Yeah, well, I don't see dark hair. I mean, I don't see white hair. I still see dark hair. Okay, she's carrying extra weight on her. She has a straight nose. She's pretty. Okay, I'll just say that. She has more of an olive complexion. It's not dark, it's a light olive. She's a happy-go-lucky kind of giggly kind of person. She says, I'm with my family now. She says, my spirit family. She says, I haven't left you and everyone else on Earth. And by the way, this may not be who you want to speak to, but it is who's stepping forward right now. There seems to be something to do with heart issues for her, believe it or not. Usually if somebody transitions in their 40s, it's going to be something else. But I feel there are heart issues with this person. Do you understand that for your aunt, please?
Oh, the heart issue. It's my grandmother then.
Oh, okay. Did your grandma have dark hair in its original color, please? Did she carry extra weight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She passed away due to heart issue.
Okay. And did she carry extra weight on her body, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, maybe I have a composite of two people here, love. Okay. So let me go continue, and we'll refine it a little bit. Okay. Sometimes two souls are here. They're both here with us, maybe, and I need to clarify. One of them will be the one stepping forward. There's a heart issues in this person that started when she was young, though. Okay. They started when she was younger. Okay. Do you remember? Do you know if your grandma always had, or like had heart issues starting and when she was younger? Maybe when her hair was still dark.
No, because she didn't mention she had heart problems. She passed away at a young age because of her heart.
Oh, okay. All right. So she still had maybe dark hair then, because she doesn't look that old. The person I'm looking at does not look that old. Okay. All right. Heart issues, but she does look like she carries extra weight. And I want to, you said just a little bit, but I maybe because the face is rounder, kind of like she had a roundness to her face. Do you remember Grandma for having a rounder face, please?
Yes.
Okay.
She has a round face.
Oh, she's giggling now. She's so happy that you remember her. She's okay. She also looks like she wore glasses from time to time. Do you understand Grandma for wearing glasses, please?
I didn't know that. Maybe time to time might be right.
Yeah, because she's not always wearing them. She just shows me them on and off. Her hair is very dark, actually. She had beautiful face, lovely eyes, smart, intelligent, caring person. She says docile, meaning quiet, easygoing temperament, not a screamer or yeller, always contained herself, liked to take care of the home, around the house a lot.
Grandma.
Around the house a lot,
Yeah,
cooking and cleaning for the family. And she says it seemed like it never ended, and she laughs a little bit. In other words, even though her own children grew up, that there was she's taking care of the secondary family. In other words, you and next generation. And she's around the family a lot and helping with you and other members, always, cooking, cleaning, taking care of things. So I don't have a literal on that she was actually raising you, but she's giving me this impression that it just went, it never stopped. It's not like she went from having a family to having nothing to do, but she says she liked being in the home. She liked taking care of everyone.
So
Sure.
this is my grandmother.
Okay. She's
She was,
so
she was always at home caring.
yeah. She also shows me a basement. Okay, so maybe when you were in Chicago, there might have been a basement part of the home. Do you understand a basement in the home in Chicago, please?
There, we had basement in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't know why she showed me that. Let me just see something there. The basement was important in the family life. She says there seemed to be some kind of gatherings in the basement from time to time, eating food, things like that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, she says she liked the basement for cooking. It kept all the smell down below, and she laughs a little bit. She says, "You were such a good girl." There's also a sense I kind of smell a little bit about fish frying, so she might have liked to make some kind of fish dishes from time to time also. I'm sure she did, so you don't really need to say anything, but it's fish, and when she was talking about the smells and all, better to have it in the basement so it doesn't cloud up the whole house or smell up the whole house. She says, "You were such a good girl." She says, particularly me, my goodness, this is the second person tonight I'm getting the same message for, but you were very studious and very well behaved, and you were good in school. You did really well in school. It seems like you've gone on for higher education, yes?
Yes.
Do you have she's saying master's degree. You have a master's degree, please?
I'm not using it.
Doesn't matter. You have a master's. She's very proud of that. She's very proud of you and using your brains like that. She says you're a great gal, great lovely daughter, granddaughter, and she says I'm very, very proud of you. And then there seems to be somebody under you, like a son. Do you understand a son, please?
I don't have a son.
Is there a son in the family, like somebody else, a sibling of you that had a boy?
I only have a sister.
Does she have a son?
Yes, my father.
No. Did your sister? It's a grandchild to grandma.
Oh,
That's a son.
No.
Okay, so
My
this
sister
is
has 2 girls.
okay. So then this is the son might be your. So this is your father's mother. Then is that what you're trying to say? Okay, yeah, okay. Because I felt a son under the family line. That's how they usually give it to me. I got a sense of a male under her in age, and it could be grandchild, could be great grandchild, and it could be her own son. Okay, so it's your father's mother. Okay, perfect. Okay, there's something else she's given me, and then I'm going to go to one last caller. Something about the house, cleaning it up, getting it ready. Is somebody getting a house ready for sale? Feels like somebody's sweeping and cleaning and getting something ready to transition or to sell. Yes?
No.
Okay, what about her own house? Did somebody sell that yet?
Her house has been gone since she passed away.
Okay. Well, I get a sense of a house being cleaned up and getting ready for sale. Okay. Or maybe you're looking to buy one. I don't really know. But I will leave that with you because it's important. It could be something coming in. Okay. Now, you said you just moved to Florida?
Yes.
Okay. Did you buy a house yet? Or
no, not yet. I'm renting, but it's nice to buy one.
I think you may be getting a house. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, sweetie?
That's her message?
That's her message. I see a house around you.
Oh.
Okay. And she also says, get ready for change. It's coming. So I guess that, if you're not happy with it's tidy where you live, but not a home. And she says you'll be getting a house. So she'd like you to get a house. Let's put it to you that way. Okay.
Okay.
All right, sweetie. All right. God bless, honey. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Okay. I am going to go. I think this is Michael at 954. Let me just see if this is Mike. Is this Mike?
Laura.
Hi, I had to bring you in. How are you?
Well, I made another big transition in my life.
I know.
Opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know you moved in with relatives, I think in Tennessee, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I know you don't have any question because you're just sitting at the end of the queue, but I just wanted to give you much love and a big hug and a kiss. Is there anything I can do for you while you're here?
I'm just planting seeds here for new job opportunities.
Oh, you are so wonderful and so brave.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
If anything comes through, I'm just diligently planting my seeds and imagining, a new chapter opening here, So
Well, I do.
that's what I'm doing.
I always tell you the same thing, and that is, of course, you're going to have a new chapter. Of course, you're going to get a job. And that's one thing I don't understand, because a lot of people ask me that question, when am I going to get a job? And I'm like, you'll get a job. I just did a reading for a guy about a week